Good evening, here I am with first team SCR manager Sam Morgan after a tough 1-1 draw at home to Badshot Lea. Sam, first of all, give us your thoughts on today's game.
First half, slow start, gave them something there. I think we just didn't stick to the game plan to start. I think we were a bit all over the place actually, in fairness. Obviously lost the goal at that point. It took us a little while to get back into it. It was probably only sort of the last 5 minutes probably of the first half that looked like we'd probably be able to get something there, and then we had a couple of chances potentially as well against the runner play, in fairness. And then second half made those tweaks. We saw a couple of potential weaknesses in their team, and we tried to exploit that. And you know, second half was much better. I think they probably won the first half in a sense, and we did win the second half, and rightfully so, and got a draw that I think we deserved in the end.
You make this interview in Malarkey really easy, Sam. We've just covered the whole 90 minutes. Thank you very much. So let's just go back on some of those bits. Yeah. So I think was a slow start. I think we looked a little bit. You know, I think everyone was expecting maybe a little bit more after what we saw at Chertsey last week, where everyone was quite infused, and then to be sort of a goal down after 9 minutes, and really to just look like there was spaces kind of all over the park. You know, how was your thoughts on that yourself in terms of how maybe your expectations and preparation that you've had this week?
To be honest, we kind of knew how Badshot were going to play. Obviously, we had the fortunate cup game that we obviously had to play them in, so we obviously seen how they play. But listen, they are a good side. They had some good movement, and it did throw us out of sorts a little bit, and it took us a little bit while to sort of be a bit braver. I think that was the thing, we're in our shells a little bit, which I'm surprised at considering the good result obviously from the following week. But yeah, once we sort of dusted ourselves off a little bit, we got going. But yeah, we probably gave them a little bit too much respect to start off with, and that's not taking anything away from Badshot. They are a good side. Yeah,
no, I totally agree. I think certainly first 30-35 minutes, you know, there was quite a bit of trepidation around the home support, looking today thinking, you know, could have at that stage probably could have been worse. Could have been a lot worse. I guess we felt maybe if that had got a second, it would have been a tough one to come back in.
Yeah.
But as you said, 2 very good chances at the end of the first half.
Yeah.
Shooting practice and training this week?
You know what? I won't say him, but he actually was firing in training. So I kind of thought we would be back in. And listen, we just told him to keep his head up a little bit, and it's good that he's obviously getting in those chances. I'd be a bit concerned if we weren't getting them, and we were obviously 1-0 down. But I come back to, again, it's just that spirit within the changing room at the moment right now, and they knew, I think, that there was still something in it for them, regardless of when they went 1-0 down. You know, they G'd everyone else up, or whether it was the man next to him or someone on the completely other side of the pitch. So yeah, it was credit to them.
Yeah, I think that's the point as well. You know, looking at the group at the moment, it does seem like the group is galvanised. You know, even obviously James out injured, good to see him down here again today, supporting the boys. So I guess that kind of leads me on quite nicely to the squad overall. You know, how are you feeling about the squad right now? Any concerns? Any intention to be talking to anybody else?
We were down to bare bones, in fairness. We have sort of stripped it back. We obviously, myself and the rest of the staff, obviously looked at it and saw maybe a few that maybe weren't quite right, whether that was the quality that we needed, or just the right fit for the change room. So we peeled that back, evaluated it again. We've signed one. There's 2 probably on your desk at some point, and there might be one more potentially. We'll see. I'll see if he actually calls me back. I feel like one of those stalkers. But yeah, so
time of the year. Blame it on Christmas.
Yeah, and listen, there's so many games coming up that, you know, everyone's making the same moves really to make sure they've got the right cover all the way through. But you know, the good thing is obviously we're picking up a few results, and hopefully people believe in the project on the outside rather than just the boys that are here at the moment.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I guess something that we hadn't perhaps discussed, but I will just sort of throw about it, you know, throw it into the mix, is a couple of good results from some of the teams below us today. You know, I think a couple of them picked up wins.
Yeah.
So keeps the whole thing quite interesting. I do question whether there was a little bit of complacency maybe in the group, starting to look, thinking that, you know, we felt maybe we was a little bit in a bit of a safe position. So, you know, do you think that will be beneficial in trying to keeping the group kind of honest, or do you just think that's something that will come from within the group?
Listen, we played well, at the time top of the league. I think they've just gone back top of the league in Chertsey. We played Badshot Lea, who are obviously just outside playoffs. I think you look at it, when you look back at it, that's 2 good points really in a sense. I think that there's not so much the complacency there. I think it's just making sure we are always taking points along the way, and obviously it will sort itself out eventually. So we've got an important game coming up, which is another toughie. So whoever's done these fixtures, thanks. Yeah, let's see if we can obviously just keep this momentum going against some of the top sides.
Yeah, absolutely. We just touched on it then. Obviously, we got Boxing Day fixture against Rangers Park Vale, who have been flying high this year since their promotion. 1 o'clock kickoff, so early one to give people their Boxing Day afternoons and lunches back.
Yeah.
What's your kind of preparation, thoughts, and hopes for that one?
Well, my preparation is probably to eat everything in sight in my house, but hopefully the boys don't, so they can actually move about at 1 o'clock. But yeah, we'll see. Listen, they're a great side. A couple of players I know personally, and obviously like someone like Jordan Gallagher, who's flying. He's always been a top player there, and the rest of the Gallaghers have gotten fire in there. So we know what to expect in terms of a tough game. But at the moment, in the nicest possible way, we're trying to hold our own, and we're going in there with the belief that hopefully we can still obviously get something from the game.
Yeah, I think actually, what looked like a pretty arduous December actually, has been quite good for testing the resilience of the group. And actually, we've come out of it with a couple of good battling draws back to back. So we're looking in good shape. So we are well done today to you and the lads, and look forward to seeing you bright and breezy on Boxing Day.
Thank you.
Cheers, Sam.